Hello, everyone, and welcome back. I'm your host, Veteran Mountain Man, and I'm actually going to be talking about some political satire and some historical evidence of political satire being used all the way back from pre-revolution here in the United States as a tool to sway political opinion and accomplish political goals. Now, many people are probably thinking, political satire is not something that is rooted in America's history. There are some indicators that there was some political satire around the time of the Civil War, and that even, Andrew Jackson was politically lampooned through political comics and such, and issues in the 40s, 50s, and 60s with political discourse. However, it certainly couldn't have been at the time of the Revolution that this was such a big problem. Well, actually, I'm sitting here looking at an article called An Edict by the King of Prussia. And this was actually written by Benjamin Franklin. And what it basically does is it calls Britain a colony of Prussia, because Britain was currently under the rule of Anglo-Saxon kings and has been for many years prior to them becoming a parliamentary democracy. And so Franklin actually outlined what Germany, or Prussia at the time, wanted from Britain, and it was basically a list of demands akin to what was being done to the United States, except targeting the British exports that were primary, such as wool, certain types of food stocks, and dairy products. And it's actually quite a great read. It makes you seriously think about a lot of the charges and allegations that the colonists brought forward. And this was actually published in a public newspaper, which was one of the things that they did at this time to kind of spread this kind of political discourse, is they would publish these letters in letters to the editors or into political commentary sections within local newspapers or regional newspapers or even state or national newspapers. And this one was published in the Public Advisor. And it's actually quite a good read. It's very short. It's only about 12 paragraphs. And one of the things that I loved about it was that it also made it impossible, if you followed this article, for British people to make hats, which was one of the big issues during the Revolution. All furs and pelts had to be shipped to Britain to be turned into hats by British hat makers. You couldn't make hats in the United States. You also couldn't make wool clothing or cloth in the United States. And it also dictated that all justice had to be done through the Prussian capital instead of locally, which was something else that the British did to the colonies as well. Now, this was only one of several pieces of satire that Benjamin Franklin published, and that was published in 1773, which was 3 years before the Revolution. It is what it is, people, but political satire has been part of our country's founding principles, whether you were ever told or not. And so the rise of it again over the past couple of years is nothing new and should not realistically be silenced, because political satire is one of those things that can be used to sway and change opinion. Well, thank you all again for joining me. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, or thumbs up and follow if you're on BitChute, or come on over to my other social media, subscribe, and start up a conversation. I will respond as long as I've got time, and I want to thank you all, and have a great day.